I'm JasonRobinhood, and these are the stocks of the day for January 21st, 2022. Okay, so it is currently 3:14 p.m. here in Las Vegas, Friday, January 21st, 2022, and we're going to go over the stocks of the day. Another red day in the stock market. The Dow Jones was down 450 points. The S&P 500 was down 84 points. The Nasdaq 100 was down 385 points. The VIX currently trades at 28. That was up 12% today. But the 10-year is currently down a little bit. It's down to 1.771. So not a great day in the stock market, but we did find some green stocks in this series. We go over the best performing stocks for the top three indexes, and if we can find any stocks outside of any indexes. We did find two stocks out of the indexes today. We found a stock called Dave. Want to see this move? Look at this move. This stock was up 30% today. So if you were looking for like a really good outperforming stock today, obviously this stock was up 30% today. It didn't give back much in the after hours market. For the week, it's up 58%. For the month, it's still down 5%. So this stock is going pretty parabolic lately. There may have been a bottom in. So if you're looking for a trade, maybe you want to look at this stock on Monday. And then another stock we found that actually even did, I think, better was ticker symbol ARDS. Now look at this stock. This stock was actually up 36%. So this stock went parabolic, and this stock is a penny stock. A good move when you see that it actually went up 16, almost 17% in the after hours market. So people were buying it during the trading day, and people were still buying it in the after hours market. So that's a pretty good move. The stock is up 21% for the last week, but it's still down 54%. So this stock is pretty volatile. It's down 73% in the last year. Not a great move, but probably a day trade for people who are looking for a positive stock. Maybe you want to keep an eye on this stock on Monday. Now, in this series, we go over the top 5 performance stocks from each of the 3 indexes. As I mentioned, the Dow Jones was down 450 points. It currently trades at 34,265. Unfortunately, because the Dow Jones was so negative today that we did only find 3 stocks for the Dow Jones that was actually positive. First stock is ticker symbol PG. As you can see, Procter & Gamble was up 0.38% today. It didn't give back any of that in the after hours market. That's a good sign. Procter & Gamble is up 24% over the past year, so it is outperforming the Dow Jones. I believe the Dow Jones is up maybe like 14% in the past year. So Procter & Gamble is outperforming the Dow Jones. And for the past 5 years, Procter & Gamble is up 93%. Let me see if it pays. And it pays a 2% dividend. So that's a pretty strong move. You could basically say the past 5 years, this stock is up 100% in the past 5 years. If you include that dividend, I don't know, maybe not. But you could average up and say this stock is basically up 100% the past 5 years. So if you're looking for a pretty positive stock in the Dow Jones, Procter & Gamble should probably be on your watch list. Next stock is ticker symbol MCD. McDonald's, as you can see, McDonald's is up 0.58%, but it gave some back in the after hours market. McDonald's is actually up 18% year over year, so it's basically trading in line with the Dow Jones. In the past 5 years, you could definitely say this stock has gained over 110% the past 5 years. A pretty strong move, I think, and it pays a 2% dividend. So that's a pretty strong move for long-term investors, McDonald's. And the last stock that we found that was actually positive in the Dow Jones today was Nike. Oh, okay, never mind. Nike, actually, as you can see, it was positive like 30 minutes ago, but in the after-hours market, you can see it gave back more than 1.22%. So let's just move on from that. It was a very negative day. But as I mentioned, the Dow Jones is currently trading at 34,265. Obviously, we want to keep an eye on those next 265 points. If we lose another 400 points on Monday, Dow Jones will be trading at 33,000. So that could be a problem for the Dow Jones. The next index we're going to go over is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 was down 84 points today, and S&P 500 currently trades at 4,397. So it did break under 400, under that 4,400 mark, 3 points under that 4,400 mark for the S&P 500. But we did find 5 stocks in the S&P 500 that was positive today. First stock was ticker symbol CF. As you can see, CF was up 2.64% today. It didn't give any of that back in the after hours market. CF is actually up over 48% the past year. I believe the S&P 500 was up basically like 20, maybe 25% last year, maybe even lower than that. But you could say about 20% last year. So CF is definitely outperforming the S&P 500, and it's up a little, almost 93% the past 5 years. Does it pay a dividend? And it pays a 1.87 dividend. So if you're looking for maybe a long-term investor, probably want to have this stock on your watch list. Next stock is ticker symbol VTR. That's not a thing. Oh, VFC. Oops, there it goes. VFC. That was close. As you can see, ticker symbol VFC was up a little more than 2% today. But for the past year, this stock is actually down 18%. That's terrible. And for the past 5 years, it's only up 31%. Definitely less than 8% returns per year. It pays almost a 3% dividend, so it's not a negative stock if you had this for a long-term investor. A 3% dividend is a pretty strong dividend, and it's, it gives you about 31% every 5 years, or for the last 5 years it gave you 31%. So it's not negative. It's not a terrible looking chart. Next stock is ticker symbol BKR for the best stocks in the S&P 500. As you can see, ticker symbol BKR, Baker Hughes Company, was up a little more than 1.95% today. It's actually up 21% the past year. So it's basically trading in line with the S&P 500. Oh my goodness. This is an ugly chart. Oh my God. Look at this chart. This is really, really bad. For the past 5 years, Baker Hughes is down 50%. You can see they have a problem at this 36 number, 33, 32 number. Now they have lower lows, so it's 27 number they have a problem with over here. And 25, 26, 26. Looks like the new number is where we're at right now, 27. It seemed like it had a lot of trouble getting above this 27 number. So this may be a trade, but if it does break above this 27 number, you could say the next number may be around 37, right? 36. So you probably want to keep an eye on this. For some reason, this stock was up 2% today, and it pays a little bit more than a 2% dividend. Is it up the past? And it's up 16% the past month. So this is a very strong chart for the past month to start this year off. If you're looking for a positive stock in the stock market, looks like Baker Hughes Company may be one of them. Just keep an eye on it. Well, excuse me. Next stock is ticker symbol KMX. Carmax. Okay. As you can see, Carmax was up a little more than 1.92% today, it was up 1.92% today. For the past year, oh my goodness, this chart is this stock is down 12%. You can see November of last year, 150, kind of sold off then. And then it looks like basically a month ago, December 10th, it was 149, and we haven't seen that number since then. It's all the way down to 108. That's pretty bad. But somehow the stock is still up 60% the past 5 years, a little more than, 12%? Or just about 12% the past 5 years. But it does not pay a dividend. Does not pay a dividend. And the last stock we're going to go over for the S&P best performing stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol CBRE. Okay, that's not bad. As you can see, CBRE was up at 1.88%. 81% today. It's up 57% the year. Wow, this chart is strong. This is an interesting chart. I may add this to my watch list. It's up 200% the past 5 years. I'm gonna have to add this to a watch list. So I'm gonna add CBR to my watch list. I like this chart. It's only up 1% the past month. And just probably maybe a trade. Let's see if it pays a dividend. It doesn't pay a dividend, unfortunately. But I may be looking at adding a stock like this to my portfolio. Some people may say you may have missed the move, but you could kind of see last year around this time, the stock from this date, January 22nd, all the way to like July. I mean, it's chart is like in a straight line. So you probably want to keep an eye. I will be keeping an eye on this stock for the next 6 months. It's starting off well, a nice 2%, almost 2% move when the S&P 500 was down almost 2%. So I'm going to keep an eye on ticker symbol CBRE. So I believe that was 5. Those were 5 of the best performing stocks in the S&P 500. It doesn't mean only 5 stocks in the S&P 500 were positive. It's just those were the top 5 performing stocks in the S&P 500. As I mentioned, the S&P 500 was down 84 points today, and it currently trades at 4,397. You want to keep an eye on the S&P 500 4,400 number. And the last 5 stocks we're going to go over today are for the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq was down 385 points, and it currently trades at 13,768. It did break under 14,000 today. We want to keep an eye on the Nasdaq 100. Can it get back above 14,000, or are we going to fall all the way down to 12, 11, maybe even 10,000? But we did find 5 stocks that were positive in the Nasdaq 100 today. Ticker symbol PTON. Peloton was up a little more than 11% today. It gave back almost 1% in the after hours market. So it was up a little more than 10% today. For the past year, I think this is the ugliest chart we've seen. Peloton is down 82% the past year. So, I mean, that's just, I don't even know who's buying this stock. And since it IPO'd, it's actually negative now. It's now negative 4% since its IPO. I think this is probably one of the lowest prices it's ever been, right? Even though it did gain 11% today. That's interesting. So I don't know. I have no idea what to do with Peloton. It's not a stock for me. But who knows? You know, it was up 11% today. So that's the only thing I can say about Peloton. But the next stock is ticker symbol TXN. Texas Instruments. As you can see, Texas Instruments was up a little more than 1.26% today. For the past year, it's basically even. That's not a good chart. And for the past 5 years, this stock is up 135%. So I don't know what happened in the last few months where it's kind of just stalled out, which is probably, you have to worry about that. You can see that top number, it's only up 1%, was about $200. Maybe if it could break above $200 this year, it would probably be a good buy. You see, like, it almost never, it's gotten to like 201 last October. So you want to keep an eye on this stock. Does it pay? It pays 2.43% dividend. So that's a pretty strong dividend. And it's up over 135% the past 5 years. So that's an interesting stock. Not many stocks in the Nasdaq 100 pays dividends. So if you're looking for a dividend-paying stock in the Nasdaq 100, you probably want to look at Texas Instruments. Next stock is ticker symbol XLNX. Xilinx. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Xilinx. Ticker symbol XLNX. Xilinx was up a little more than 1.17%, but it gave back a little more than 0.5% in the after hours market. Never a good sign. But it's up 34% in the past year. I believe that the Nasdaq is up about maybe like 14%. So you can say Xilinx is double what the Nasdaq is doing. So that's a pretty good sign. And it's up over 220% the past 5 years. So this is a pretty strong momentum stock. It pays a little less than a 1% dividend. I don't know what to do with that. But probably it's, I don't know. It's down 6% in a week, but it's still up 6% in the past 3 months. Probably just maybe if clearly if you're a long term investor, you probably want to keep Xilinx on your watch list. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the Nasdaq 100 was ticker symbol REGN. As you can see, Regeneron, I believe that's name. Regeneron was up. Ticker symbol REGN was up a little more than 1.14% today. For the past year, this stock is about up 14%. I believe that's basically in line with what the Nasdaq is doing. So it's giving you about 1% return per month. For the past 5 years, you can see this stock goes up. There's so many waves in this stock. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. So this looks like it may be another wave downward, even though it's up today. It does not pay a dividend. Probably not a stock that I would be looking at. I don't know, maybe I guess for long-term investors, if you're a long-term investor, I'm pretty sure you'd be looking for a stock like Regeneron plus 70% the past 5 years, right? But not for me. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the Nasdaq is ticker symbol GILD, Gilead Sciences, right? Gilead Sciences. Gilead Sciences was up 1.03% today. For the past year, it's only up 1%. That's, I don't know what to do with that. But for the past 5 years, this stock is actually down 5%. So it basically averages negative 1% per year. Not a stock, not really for me, but it does pay a 4% dividend. So it doesn't average negative 1. It averages maybe plus 3% per year, right? If it's down 5%, it pays a 4%. Not really a stock for me. It's down 5% past 5 years, so probably not a stock. But it does pay a 4% dividend for long-term investors who are looking for strong dividend payments. And the last stock we're going to go over is this Mondelez. I can't see. Yes. Ticker symbol MDLZ. Mondelez. Oh, that's a good move. As you can see, Mondelez was up a little more than 0.89% today. It's up 20%. It looks like there's a lot of momentum. It clearly has broke past this 65 number that it had a problem with. And you can see, let me see, this looks like it's basically close to all-time highs. It's up 53% the past 5 years. So it's averaging a 10% return per year. And it pays almost a 2% dividend. I'm probably gonna add Mondelez to my watch list, right? This seemed like a nice stock to, maybe add like 3 or 4 shares to your portfolio, especially because it pays a 2% dividend. Right, so I'm thinking of adding Mondelez to my watch list. I like this chart. I mean, as you can see, one of the rare charts we've seen all day where the week, the month, the 3 month, the year, and the 5 years are all green, right? Okay, 53% isn't the most returns in of all time, but it looks like it's starting to, like the next year it may go up 53%, right? Like there seems like there's a lot of momentum in this stock. So I will be adding this to my watch list. I may add this to my portfolio on Monday, depending on how it trades. But I do like that I found Mondelez today. So yeah, those were 5 stocks. Those were the 5 best performing stocks in the Nasdaq 100 today. As I mentioned, the Nasdaq 100 was down 385 points. The Nasdaq 100 currently trades at 13,768. We did break under 14,000 today. Hopefully next week we are in earnings season. Big earnings from Tesla and Apple and a lot more names next week that will affect the Nasdaq price. So hopefully we can get back above that 14,000. If not, watch out for 12,000, 11,000, and maybe even 10,000. And if we break on the 10,000, I can't, I don't know what to do then. But yeah, those were the stocks of the day. Even though we were negative in all 3 indexes, we did find 15, 16, maybe even 17 stocks that were positive. We did see Dave. Look at Dave. Look, I just want to see these 2 charts again because this stock was up 30% today, right? That's a insane move. And this stock was up like 36%. Look, I mean, this stock was up 36%. So there are always good moves in the market. I mean, it's still gain. Look, it's up 37% right now. This is an interesting move. There's always moves. There's always some positive, crazy moving stocks in the market. You just have to find them. Doesn't mean you have to become a day trader, but this series is for long-term investors and for day traders, basically. So if you're looking for a stock maybe next week, you probably want to pay attention to ARDS. Maybe we may have missed the move today, but there's no risk in watching a stock that's $1.88 in a market that's down pretty significant today. And this stock is up almost 40% today. So that was an interesting move. But yeah, I'm Jason Robinhood. Did you discover any stocks in this video? Do you have any great performance stocks in your in your portfolio you would like to recommend to myself or the other viewers of this video? I'm Jason Robinhood. These were the stocks of the day for Friday, January 21st, 2022. Stay long in the stock market.